I have no idea if this will go up. If it does, well then, I guess I should say that one thing. And that is, hello, you lovely people of YouTube. This is RipR4. I'm currently joined by, well, nobody. And since there is nobody with me, I am currently just playing custom games. I hopped in the custom games browser, and now I'm playing Drive or Die, as you can see on the bottom right of my screen. And you might be saying, well, Rip, where have you been? Rip, where's content been? Rip, why wasn't there a Christmas video? Well, technically, there was. Not on my channel, though. If you want to see my Christmas video that I worked on, you're going to have to go to a different channel. That'll be Zealot King 67. I'll send a link. If this is a YouTube video, I'll put the link in the description. If it's not, then stick around. I'm sure you'll see something fun. But with that being said, it's 2024 now. And what does that mean? Well, it means it's a new year, for starters. And it means I should look back on all the things I did last year. But a lot of the things I did in my life were boring. So why don't I go to the content side of things of what I did, during this year. And some of that would be, for example, hey look, was that a zombie? Probably. I'm probably going to die now. Some of that stuff would be, I finished up Halo 2. I did all of Halo 3, ODST, Reach, and 4. By the way, that was the last video I ever released. The Halo 4 series was the last thing I released that had Colin in it. Speaking of Colin, I think I should get down to the nitty-gritty of things. He's gone. Not dead, but he's gone for a while. If you're wondering, why is that? He's in the Navy now. He's in boot camp, so he's not going to be around for a while. Which, it sucks, because, that's my homeboy. That's my... He's awesome. What else have I done this year? In the beginning of the year, I released Dead Space 1, and I did Dead Space 2. I have yet to do Dead Space 3. I recorded the first episode, but the person I was recording with doesn't want to do it anymore, and so I gotta find someone else to record Dead Space with. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's only a matter of time until I do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, I did Dead Space, which was nice. I was actually planning to do the remake, but turns out you can't stream on, with the way I stream, by the way, you can't stream on Twitch while cloud gaming, which sucks. I see you. I want to splatter you. You went a different way. Couldn't do it. Okay. But, there's a lot of things I wanted to do, a lot of things I should have done, but I just didn't do them. Which is, well, on me. There's nothing against any of you. None of you did anything wrong. This is my channel. Only I do things. Why are you shooting me? What else have I done? I started streaming Destiny 2 seasons, or just Destiny 2, a lot of stuff, and then uploading those VODs onto YouTube. Which, I like doing Destiny content. It's nice. I enjoy the game, even though Z will just tell you I'm lying. I'm not. I do enjoy playing Destiny. I also enjoy playing this game. That's why I'm currently on Halo. And this is, kind of boring, so I'm going to leave the custom game. I probably screwed that guy. It's fine. I'm sure he'll make it. But you know, a lot of things have happened throughout this year, and so many things to think about what to do. How do I go about doing things? And to that, I say, I don't know. I don't have the answers for everything. And if I did, life would be a lot more boring. But you might be saying, well, Rip, what can we expect from this new year? Well, first of all, I'm going to re-record Halo 3. Sorry, I'm not saying much. I don't know. There's a lot of things I could talk about. I mean, my year wasn't, like, insane. My year wasn't spectacular. My year wasn't a lot of things I could say. It wasn't what I hoped for, but it was better than previous years, and that's all we can hope for. Because, you know, why would we want to be miserable? People who want to be miserable are already miserable and don't know how to get out of that hump. And I don't want to be like that. I like being happy. I like being me. I like being all in the mood. Why isn't it loading? I like being me. I don't know, I like a lot of things. And that's obvious. Something I'm thinking about doing, once I get confident enough in it again, is I want to bring back drawing streams. That's not a promise, because I don't know if I could keep it with that promise specifically. Because of the fact that would actually require me to start drawing again, and for the life of me, I just am too forgetful, or I'm scared to do it. Isn't that the life or the situation and everything? What else happened? I'm trying to think of what I could say, or what I'm allowed to say. Anything that happened that was crazy? I mean, I guess, but like, there's a difference between saying things that like are like, oh yeah, YouTube, wow, and then saying things that are like, wow, this is gonna dox me. Or not even dox me, but it's like, wow, this is really personal and deals with family. I'm not gonna say that on a live stream. I'm gonna die though in a second. Isn't that fun? Playing Infection, booting it up, boom, immediately killed by the alpha. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, what else happened this year? I got a video taken down. That was my first time having a strike. And I'll tell you what, I actually can't tell you what I said. It had to do with my skin complexion and how pale I was. I called myself a saltine, basically. And you know, I guess that's not okay. I was saying like, oh man, I'm so pale. Man, I'm so pale. Why am I even talking about this? I was about to say something, but I can't say that on YouTube, because that, once again, it's too personal. I mean, there have been things that happened in my life. It's like, wow, that happened this year? That's crazy. That's insane. And it's just like, wow, I can't say that on the internet. If I did, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Oh boy, oh howdy. I missed. That person didn't miss. I didn't miss that time. Ah, son of a gun. Anyway, back to the drawing thing. What am I trying to draw? What am I trying to convey? Well, what is anyone else trying to convey when they draw? They're just trying to draw to draw. What I'm thinking is, what if
infection?
I just draw random things. Like, it's like, oh, what if I drew John just sitting about? That'd be silly. That'd be a little goofy.
Revenge. New zombie.
Goofy. Yeah, no, it'd be silly. It'd be nice. I'd like to do it. I haven't drawn that boy in a long time. I haven't drawn my son. You know how it is. I love my pumpkin boy.
Game.
I actually put him in the last Christmas special I made. I was in two Christmas specials in 2023 as myself. If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have two. Not for 2 years, but I was myself. Not only was I, like I said, not only was I in two Christmas specials, I was in two Christmas specials as me. That's weird, right? But there's one's a stop motion and the other is a machinima. One made by Wyoming Productions. It's his 2023 Christmas special. And then the other one was put together by Zealot King 67. That is his YouTube account, but as you may know him on my channel, Ziggy. I have no idea why I talk like this. I think it's to help my brain process what I'm trying to say and, you know, to stop me from thinking 1,000 minutes 1,000 minutes? 1,000 words a minute. See, there we go. I'm already messing up my words, and I'm not speaking in a really goofy voice. This is just how I'm speaking to you right now. It's just how I normally speak to people. You know, that whole, whoa, what's wacky? You know, it'd be a little annoying if someone actually talked like that. Like, what's going on, guys? What are we going to do today? Almost like they're Christopher Walken. Can you imagine? It's like, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. Like, that's what I mean. Like, can you imagine it? You probably can, probably can't. That was probably the worst impression of Christopher Walken you've ever heard. But I digress. Who's this one viewer? Did I call you out? I'm sorry. I get no viewers. That's why I'm pointing you out. Unless that's myself. That'd be a little funny if it was. Oh, yeah! The name Freddy. That reminds me. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie released last year. That was wild. I watched it with Dank Motion Studios. A.k.a. Dave. I think he's been on a video of mine. If he's not, I gotta get him on a video of mine. It was an experience, and let me tell you, it was alright. I mean, it's good. I don't know how it is to people who don't know the lore. I know the lore a bit. I mean, I stopped kind of following it. Like, when the fourth game released, I'm like, okay, things are getting kind of silly, kind of goofy, kind of like, I don't want to follow this anymore. But, you know, I got caught up because I was told, hey, a FNAF movie is releasing. You should get caught up with the lore to find out what's going on. So I did. I got caught up with the lore, and then I watched it. I'm like, wow, that was okay. And that's about all I can say about it. But you know what also released in 2023? I'll tell you what released in 2023 because I brought it up. Last of Us. I watched that show, and let me tell you, that was my favorite thing that came from Pedro Pascal this year. Second favorite, Mandalorian Season 3. I don't care what anyone says. That season was good. I liked it. It was entertaining. And you might not like that Jack Black was in an episode, but who cares if Jack Black was in an episode? I don't. You might be saying, oh, but Star Wars, I don't care. I've been watching Star Wars since I came out of the womb. That's a lie. Imagine if there was a TV screen sitting right there in the room. It's like, oh yeah, look, it's Star Wars. And I'm like, let's go! I don't even know what to say about what I just said. Point is, we're talking about shows now. Is this a show thing? I don't know. But I watched Mandalorian Season 3. That was alright. It's Last of Us. I was talking about The Last of Us. See, this is what happens when you let me have tangents. Last of Us. It was good. It was fantastic. That is how you do a video game adaptation. Not the Halo show. Oh my god. There are things I could say about the Halo TV show. But this is about The Last of Us. So I'm going to talk about The Last of Us. I'm not going to talk about that garbage that's the Halo TV show. I'm playing Halo, and I love Halo, but I hate that show with a passion. I would slap... Okay, I'm not going to go that far to threaten violence. But I'll just say this. You shouldn't. I don't know if this is true. I hope to God this isn't true. But you should never, and I mean, are you kidding me? You're spawn camping me? That's fantastic. You should never advertise the fact that you are proud to not read anything, because if you read the source material, you would have known that they didn't put what are the chips in their... Okay. So I'm about to make a comparison to Star Wars, because clone troopers have inhibitor chips. That's the word I was looking for. Inhibitor chips. And they did that with the Spartans in Season 1. And they talk about, in Halo lore, why they don't do that for this exact reason. It's stupid. Why make a show if you're not going to read anything about it and say, oh, it's a different universe? That's stupid. But I was talking about The Last of Us, so let's talk about The Last of Us. The Last of Us was a very faithful recreation of the game. And let me tell you, with the scenes they changed, well, let me tell you, they were rather improvements. Good improvements even. Great improvements. I'll tell you that much right now. But, you know, obviously there were problems with shows. I don't have any. I couldn't even tell you a problem I had with the show at the top of my head. Like, at the top of my head, I couldn't tell you a problem I have with The Last of Us show. It was great. I don't know. Maybe, I wish we got to see some chemistry between Nick Offerman's character and Pedro Pascal's character more. But I get why why they couldn't do that, because Pedro Pascal was busy doing Mandalorian Season 3. But... it's still sad. I would love to see stuff with Ellie, and I forgot the character's name. Bill? Come kill me. Ah, that's how you do it. But yeah, no, I would have loved to see more things with that. But it just didn't happen, and I mean, like, that's the only real complaint I could give about Last of Us, because, I mean, it was a good show. What do you want me to say about it? Well, I guess I'll talk about the other things that released this year. I'm not going to go into too much detail about stuff like plot-wise. Like I said, all I mentioned was Jack Black was in an episode of Mandalorian. That's all I'll talk about that, because I know there are people who are watching, who will watch this, who haven't watched it. I'm talking to you, Ziggy, about the Mandalorian Season 3. And there's probably others like him who haven't watched it. Like... people probably haven't watched Bad Batch Season 2. And Bad Batch Season 2, I don't care if you disagree with me. This is just my opinion. And you can disagree if you want. But I think Season 2 was good, and there are only like 2 bad episodes out of 14. I think 2. Hang on. Am I thinking correctly? Okay, so... Episode 1 and 2 were good. Episode 3, what was episode 3? That was the one with Tech and he was racing. That was good. Episodes 15, 16 were great. Episode 14, what was 14? 14 was good. 15 was good. I already said 15. 13. What was that? I forget. Probably good. I don't remember. I can't check Disney things right now because I'm currently trying to read chat. Who knows? What was episode? I'm forgetting. I know episode 10, the one with the I know episode 10 wasn't good, and the treasure hunting episode, the Indiana Jones knockoff episode, was terrible. Episode 12 was phenomenal. It was just a good season, and genuinely, I know people who don't like it. I know people who think it wasn't that good, but I just have to disagree. I genuinely like that season. What else? The 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. How did I forget to bring that up? So, Doctor Who. I don't know if people knew this about me. I've been a fan of Doctor Who. That's probably obvious. And the thing is, those 60th anniversary specials, I got one issue. I got one. Just one. There wasn't more. I wanted more David Tennant. It's my favorite Doctor. And I wanted more. Couldn't get it. So sad. That's my only complaint. I wanted more. I have yet to watch the Christmas special. I should watch that. But that whole... It was good. It was great. Fantastic. Down to the tiniest detail. I loved it. There's so much I could say. But I'm not. What else have I watched? Oh, yeah. So, Red versus Blue, it's 2024. It's the second, actually, as I'm filming this. Red versus Blue is going to... The final season is coming out this year. This year, the end of the longest-running web series. My favorite web series. And it's just like, wow. Wow. Can you believe it, guys? Red vs. Blue ending this year? That's wild. I love that show to death. I love all its characters. In fact, this will at some point segue into the drawing thing back again. See, everything goes back in a full circle. But it's just so wild to me that it's ending. And, like, you gotta wonder who they're gonna get. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't like that company. Like, if you asked me, like, a few years ago, like, hey, Rip, what do you think of that about Rooster Teeth? It's like, oh, wow, I like Rooster Teeth. Love their content. And now I'm sitting here like, I like Red versus Blue. I love Red versus Blue. Yeah, but what do you think about them as a company? I'd rather not talk about it. I don't like them. For various reasons. I'm sure you can look up why. Not even for my word. I haven't said anything about the matter because my 2 cents doesn't need to be thrown in. I'm just saying, if you really want to know why I might not like Rooster Teeth anymore, just look up Rooster Teeth drama. I'm sure you'll find a whole heap of knowledge. But that's enough about me. Actually, it's not. This is probably going to be the first Rips Talk Show of 2024. So, this show is actually about me. It's in the name, Rips Talk Show. Oh, hi there. Why did I not do anything? Okay. But wild. That's going to be the last season of Red vs. Blue. Like, you got to wonder, because are they going to get Shannon McCormick back for Washington? Because, he's talked about the working conditions, so, let's not invite him to any of our things. And it makes you wonder, well, if they're not going to invite him to this stuff, what if they recast him? And if they recast Washington, if I'm watching the DVD, because I'm going to buy the DVD, it's going to be the final thing, and I hear someone else other than Agent Washington as Agent Washington, I'm refunding Walmart, because that's where I'll buy it. I'm going back to the store and thing. Why am I lagging? Okay. I'll say that again, just in case I got cut out from lag. I'll go back to the store and tell them they can keep the damn thing, because I'm not going to watch Red vs. Blue without Agent Washington. And that brings me on to, like, a second point. They recast Caboose. And, I mean, that one actually makes sense. I don't know how I'll feel about it. My complaint is they could have done a better voice for Caboose. They made him sound too stupid. I get, like, oh, like... I get that it's like, oh, the character's stupid. Like, okay, but he's a lot more than just an idiot. Caboose is so much more than that. And all you do with this voice is like it's like you lose the personality. It was like you lose the child, like nature Caboose, like the innocence. And all you do is, it's just an idiot. And it's just, I hate that, because I love that character so dearly. Like, I love that character. And I don't know, I'm not saying I could do better. I definitely couldn't. But I wish they looked further. I have nothing against the current voice actor for the character. But it's not Caboose. I'm not saying he's supposed to stand up to the previous one, because, I mean, that's much to say. But I'm just saying, he's trying too hard to sound stupid. Like, there's a fine line on what to do. And, I mean, I've heard people do great Caboose impressions, you know, and they're not even trying to just do the previous person. Like, it's just like, hey, this is how the character just sounds. So, you know. Man, this lag is terrible.
Infected. New zombie.
But, I mean, I don't know. I have a lot to say. But why I mentioned the drawing thing is, here's how it segues. You know, I made a group. I made it in 2022. I probably talked about it a bit. You've heard it mentioned as well in streams and whatnot. The HP Banana Crew. Why is it lagging this bad? Okay, this game just ended. I just talk in the menu. I'll walk around last resort.
Infection.
But, as I was saying, HP Banana Crew. It all started because of a clip from Ziggy's stream where I say, I don't want an HP Banana. I wanted the luxury outing so I can put Claptrap and Captain Rex on a little journey. And Ziggy goes, HP Banana? I'm like, yeah, like Health Point Banana. And he goes, oh, I thought you meant the computer company. You know, it's a lot funnier when you're hearing it instead of me just, like, describing it to you. I killed Freddy. You know, it's a lot better if you just watch the clip. And to that, I'll probably put I'll put another link in the description. Yeah. But as you heard, I'll tell you the first 10 characters, and then I'll tell you who got added on later. So the first 10 characters of this group. I'll talk about Utopia later. I might try to figure out a way to stream that. And yeah. I'm getting off topic. So the first 10 characters is Marcus, Dom, Cole, Baird from Gears of War. Then you have the 10th Doctor. I wonder why. May from Nine in the Woods, which coincidentally is what I named. How I got the name for my cat. Cade 6 from Destiny. Captain Rex, Sergeant Johnson, and Claptrap. Sergeant Johnson being from Halo. That one shouldn't be. That should be a no-brainer if you're a viewer of mine. But if you don't know who's, but if you didn't know that, then you know, my apologies. But you know, it was like that for a while, and then I was like, I could add people. I could add more people to the party. Wild. And so I was talking to my friend Denmark. She's awesome. I was like, we should double the size of this group. Who should we add? Right? So it was like, so obviously we got to add Carmines. So Anthony, Benjamin, and Lizzie Carmine. And then we had Buck from ODST, Saint 14, also Destiny. We had Nico from One Shot, Deadpool. I don't even gotta tell you where Deadpool's from. Engineer, Demoman, and Pyro from TF2. It's like, well, that's cool. That's a good, nice 20. Nice even split. And then at one point I was like, it's probably a few months down the line, I was like, hey, Denmark, why don't we add Clayton Carmine? And she was like, you know what, sure, why not? And then, a few months later, I was like, hey, Denmark, what if we added Kix from the Clone Wars? She was like, okay, sure, why not? And then I was sitting in an Xbox party a few months back with my buddy Colin, and I was like, hey, Colin, I feel like I should add more people to this group. Who should I add? And we just start talking. And so we added the Drifter from Destiny 2. And then, I'll tell you all the next characters. Griff, Simmons, Sarge, Donut, Lopez, Church, Tucker, Caboose, Doc, Agent Washington, Agent Carolina of Red versus Blue. Basically added all the characters. And it's just like, now it's 34 characters. I'm like, well, I gotta run this by Denmark. So I go talk to Denmark. I'm like, hey, Denmark, I just want to run this by you because Colin and I were talking about it, and he was like, we should add more characters to the HP Banana Crew. And then she was like, okay, well, what were these characters? And then I tell her all. She's like, that's 34 characters. I'm like, I know. He's like, okay, we'll do it, but we're not adding any more characters. And I said, okay. It sucks. What sucks? I don't know what sucks. Nothing sucks. But I was like, wow, wild. 34 characters. So the 34 characters, as I told you before, I'm not going to go through that again. You could go back to see the 34 characters. But 34 characters, that's crazy. So my plot... This is like a universe, right? Take a universe for you. It's every single universe mashed together. So, like, there's multiple Earths. There's multiple different planets from every single one of these properties. So, like, it's every planet from Doctor Who, every planet from Halo. So, like, you got the Earth from Doctor Who, like Doctor Who's version of Earth. You got the Halo's version of Earth. You got Destiny's version of Earth. Then you have Sarah from Gears of War. The point is, you got every single one of these planets from every single one of these properties, and then you got some extra ones thrown in just because why not? Speaking of Denmark, she just responded to me. Okay. I will not have a guest for this episode, so my apologies. And that's why Drifter got added. The Reds and Blues, all their RVB characters got added because, like I told you, RVB's very special to me. It's actually why I made Rip Adventures, and I semi-plan on trying to bring it back, maybe? I don't know. Obvious than others, if you know me. The whole thing is happening. I don't think anyone's gonna watch this stream, so I should probably close chat. Ow, my foot. What? I got gifted a tier 1 sub? To who? Who is this? I've never heard of that streamer before in my life. Okay. I'm leaning back in my chair now since I don't have to read. But speaking of things, I've done a lot of voice acting. And I've collected and I plan on getting seasons 9 through 13. That stream as if you know, I truly hope it's good when it comes to that, you know, just good. You had a happy new year. But better point. I hope all of you had a wonderful, and I mean a wonderful 2023. I hope things happened that you're truly hoping for, and if they didn't, well, I mean, like I said, there's you've probably heard this 1,000 times. There's always next year, and I mean, the next. Do it. If you really want to do it. First actual video I'm putting out this year. If I'd imagine doing a imagine if I did one in VR chat. That'd be silly. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.